Welcome back to the Tales of Japan. I'm Shades, and today I want to tell you guys a little tale of adventure. There are a lot of themed restaurants in Japan. There are all sorts of themed restaurants. We had a list of restaurants we wanted to cover, and we didn't get to do that many, which was very disappointing because there were a lot of restaurants, from like fairy tale, death themed restaurants, ninja themed restaurants. So, Alcatraz we get there, and it's like it's on like the third floor of this building. It's not currently open, so we're having to wait on the bottom floor because you can't go to the third floor, it's turned off. When we finally get to the third floor, there's like this big door, like a big sliding door for like a meat factory, and like some really creepy shit out the front. And when we eventually get up there, and it opens up, there's like lights and a little, kind of just like a light touch on the outside. So you're like, oh, there's a bit of creepiness to it, right? You walk in, and there's a guy standing behind a desk, and he's greeting you, and he's dressed up like a doctor that's just killed many people. And then a sexy nurse comes out and leads you down this hall. And I'm not kidding when I say, like, they did a fantastic job with this. You're walking down the hall, and there are, like, bodies in the floor, and, like, chains hanging from the ceiling, and cobwebs. You feel like you're in a prison, but, like, a crazy-ass prison, like a murder hospital prison. So anyway, we get led to this hall. We go past the kitchen, we go past a few other things, and we get led to some cells, some prison cells, and they walk you through, and so we were on the bottom of the prison cells, and so they're stacked. They're probably about like that high off the ground, and then there's another one on top of it so you can climb up. So we get the bottom one, and it's got like a booth inside, and they close the door. They're like, all right, you're in prison now, and they pull the door closed, and you're in prison. And the lady, she was just like, yeah, if you need anything, just hit the bars with this bit of metal. Oh, what the fuck? So they leave the menus, right? And you think though that the experience itself is within the place. The food is 50% of the experience. So we get the menu, and we open it up, and at first there's a few simple things, like nachos, which I did try actually, a few different foods, and then there's like brains, not like actual brains, I make them look like brains. They had a maxi pad with jelly on it. I'm not kidding. They had there was a bedpan that you could drink out of, and they made it look like urine. And there were also these condoms that had like yogurty stuff in them that you could suck the yogurt out the. It just makes me want to dry reach thinking about it. They had a crazy amount of crazy shit in this fucking book. I'll put the stuff up on the screen. There's only so much I remember. It's been a while now since we've been there, but we're flicking through and we're freaking out. There's like so much cool shit, and we're like, let's just do some normal stuff and some crazy stuff. So we get like a pizza and some nachos and stuff, and I forget what drink. I think like I just got a regular drink to start, but then we ended up moving into something a little bit more weirder. So Butter Queen, she got a severed head with a drink in the top. I got, and this is the part this is one of the highlights that will always stick with me. So she got the severed head, and I got this drink. That's right. And then afterwards, we wanted to get more drinks, but we didn't want to get too wasted because we were like, oh, we've had a couple nights where we've been heavily wasted. Let's save our money so we can, spend it adequately at other places as well. So we ordered the second lot of drinks, and one of them is a penis drink. It's a banana, and they've put goo on top to make it look like, and they've put a head on it and some balls, and And So we got the camera, and we're sitting in the booth, and the lady brings it in, and she's like, oh, give me a camera, give me a camera. And she's holding the camera, sexy man, and she's all right, yeah, suck that dick down, suck it down, and she's making my girlfriend, future wife, deep throat this fucking drink. And so she's, she's doing it. And she's like, suck it, you bitch. I get this thing, it was like I forget, it'll be on the screen, but it was like a vibrator cocktail. And so the drink comes in on a plate with a vibrator. And she's like, okay, here it is, but we're going to have to play a little game. And I was like, okay. And she's like, this drink is your pussy. Take the drink and put it in between your legs. Take the vibrator, and I want you to fuck your pussy. And I was like, okay. So I turn it on. And she's cacking, I'm cacking, Butterqueen's cacking, and I'm just like, I'm fucking a drink with a dildo. It was literally just felt like a DAT game sketch. That's what it literally felt like, was I was just doing a DAT game sketch the whole time. And we were laughing. It was just one of those things where, when you realize you need something a little bit more out of your element, and you're just like, I want to do something different. This was it. The one little extra piece, little touch, down the hall there's another set of boys down there, and they're having a bit of a laugh. It's a couple of Japanese boys. And they order a drink, which, if you order it, you have to get hit. Like, so we peek out the thing, because the sirens start going off in the prison like somebody's escaped, and we peer out, and the next minute we see this nurse, and she's just wound up, and she's hit the dude, and the dude's gone. There's nothing left of him. There's just a pile of what was the dude. And yeah, then we left the restaurant, and was it the most interesting experience? It was the most weirdest. It was the weirdest experience we've ever had in terms of going out. I think when you're in Japan, you have to try themed restaurants. I wish we got to try more. We only got to try a select few sort of themed things. Again, it was more about not just money, but the fact that they were all so far away from each other that it was very hard to sort of go, okay, we got to go to this one, this one, this one. And some of them were booked out for months. Some of them were like crazy booked out. But some of them are pretty easy to get into. Alcatraz ER was one of the easiest ones to get into, and it was the most fun I've ever had eating nachos, I think. The nachos, yeah, they were okay. They're okay. I mean, they're not my type of nachos, but they were nachos nonetheless. If you guys want to know anything more about Japan, leave it in the comment box below. I've still got a few more of these to go, and a few to make for the DVD. So, yeah, let me know. And I hope you liked that little tale. And I will see you next time.